Let's see how it goes. Alrighty, so we're doing the centering practice with some Jamiroquai in the background. And we started by bringing attention to the physical center, your physical center, which is right under your belly button. It doesn't move, it's your point of balance. That's where you have your balance there. And the other center is your energetic center, which is it has the capacity to move back and forward through time, from the past to the future to the present. It has this a capacity to move to ideas, to people, to thoughts, to projects, to books, movies. It's very mobile, and I invite you to bring your attention to where your energetic center is in this moment. Then once you located it, you can get a sense of where it's at. And once you located it, use your intention to move your energetic center to your physical center. And you can do that with your hands. You can locate it with your hands, locate where your energetic center is, and slowly like move that to your center of your body, your physical body. And this is a sensation. This is not just theoretical thing or concept. This is like really a sensation of embodying your physical body, of bringing the alignment of your physical center with your energetic center in alignment. Great. And when you have done this, when your energetic center is in your physical center, this is your sensation, your experience of being centered. And from here, you have your power. You have your power because you are here, you are now, you're in your body, and you can, like in karate or in aikido, this is where you move forward from. This is where your movements originate from. This is where your movements originate, from your center. This is why this practice is called first position. So this is your first position. And when you're center, use your clicker, your finger snap to declare a grounding core from your center to the center of the Mother Earth, to the center of Gaia. And this core is a flexible, it's a flexible cord, and it's about 5 centimeter diameter. And it's thick, and it's a two-way communication that receive and send energy and information from Gaia and to Gaia, from your being to Gaia, to your being. And this core has a certain color, and please tell me the color of your grounding core at the count of 3. And after you declare your grounding core, and then tell me the color at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Mine is green, light green, grass green.
I was gonna say the same.
Well,
Like green. It was also green.
yeah. We got green grounding cords. And once you have your grounding cord, this is your experience, your sensation of being grounded. This is your connection with Gaia, and she keeps you there. She's holding you. She's holding us. This is your sensation of being grounded. So now we're centered, we're grounded, and now we're gonna use your clicker again to create your bubble of space. And you can use your hands like this to sense where your bubble of space is, like like how far is it from you, how close it is. And you can use your hands to sense it, even to give it love, to say thank you to your bubble. Everything that is inside of your bubble is is your thoughts, is your emotions, is your space. This is your world, your experience. This is your thoughts, and everything that is outside is everything else. Everybody else's thoughts, everybody else's emotions and feelings. And this bubble of space really, it creates that experience for you. And you can give it love with your hands. You can really give it your love. And this is your experience of being bubble, of having that distinction between what is me and what is the world outside, what is me and what is others. For example, like what is me and what is my partner, what is me and what is my children. And it's not, there is really like a distinction that this is my energy and this is my bubble. And from here, I can bring clarity. I can have clarity about what's happening for me and what is and what I'm experiencing about the outside world. Sometimes there can be like holes in this bubble. So this is like you can like detect where there is holes, where there is a like draining of energy, where it's a energy that is draining, where is there energy that is coming in, where are you sending energy. So it has this like, sometimes I can see like this like connectors. He has this like cables or something that connects to the other world, to the rest of the world, to people or to places. And this is your experience of being bubbled. And now I'm gonna use my clicker to create a golden cube of space that is grounded to the center of Gaia, a very thick grounding core that is black, and it has a capacity to hold the space here for us and to ground any excess of energy that is in the space. Anything that is too much for us, it grounds it and it sends it to Gaia, and she knows what to do with it. She she takes it. She loves this. She wants this. And inside of this golden cube, I want to bring in the principles of healing, love, connection, clarity, and transformation. If there is any principles that you wanted to bring into the space, go ahead.
Feels like you've covered it.
Yeah, and I want to say too that I'm sharing this so that you can also use these tools to create a safe space for yourself and for others. You can really take people. We've done this a few times now, and that you can now take this and use it for centering, like bring people to their centering, grounding, bubble experience, and you can create that cube of golden space for creating like a safe space of processing or of listening, of healing, whatever principles you want to bring into the space. You have the power for that. We've done it already like 3 or 4 times. So you get how it is.
Yeah. I appreciate
Okay,
that. Mhm.
cool. Okay, well, I think this music that is coming is kind of synchronistic, and it can be a bit distracting, a bit different than what I was expecting. And let me know how how can I be a support for you today, or what would you like to do today?
Hmm. I'm seeing this like ruin or something, like a symbol. But I keep getting like over the past few nights, like
Could you draw it? Could you like draw it with your finger maybe?
I have a pen and paper if you want to
Yeah,
see it.
yeah.
Kind of like
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was when we were creating the space bubble. Sure, yeah. When we were creating the space bubble, it like was like a light on my paper, and I was like, is there a shadow creating this or something? But it was just like I was being able to see it. But
Mm-hmm.
um I guess just like what initially was coming up was like just wanting to ground this energy because it's been so much the past, like so many downloads and new things coming through and just like so much creation happening. It's just like, yeah. Oh, and uh yeah, just kept saying ground, ground, ground. So I think I just really wanted for us to show up in this space, even though um maybe we can't get into it today.
Mm-hmm.
Um I know that this is important and this is just like doing it is good. Uh Yeah, I think it's just this grounding and maybe stepping more into the bubble because I was having a few questions with the bubble as well. And I was just like, am I doing this right? And like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this really, I think, clarifies that. And I've been wanting to show up to the meetings in a more grounded way so that we can get more into it. Um, so yeah, I guess creating space for those questions and that connection to grow.
Would you say a
Uh,
little bit about the bubble? What was the challenges that you were facing with your bubble?
um, I'm what what comes to mind is saying that there's like leakages or like too many open. Um, and
Would
but
you
I
say
have
about
noticed. Go ahead.
so I hear you say leakages, and
Mhm.
can you say what is that like? What's happening in your experience? What that you're noticing that? What are you noticing in your bubble, and how does it go?
It's mostly a reliving experience, like spending time in the past and future that um I can't control. So I'm really just trying to be like, okay, like being in the here now, like just bring like really doing my best to create that bubble so that I can be here so that my energy is more focused and trusting what is in front of me and to work with that because it's here for a reason and I know that's a big lesson for me to not create something that's not there, I guess. Like if I future think, it's like, oh, I'm creating these scenarios. So that's a drain of my energy. But if I can focus now, I can like it's already here and I can help create it and grow it more, I guess. So yeah.
So I'm hearing that you're grounded, that you're in a place of being wanting to be grounded or having that experience of being in a bubble, and something triggers you that brings you back to the past or something like about the past, and you get into this space of reliving your experience, and somehow your energy gets drained from you from the present. It's not in the present anymore. It's like kind of like thrown back.
Yeah, for sure.
And you mentioned that it also happens about the future, like something happens like about that you go into like projecting yourself a lot into the future.
Yeah.
Mm, cool, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, that's great noticing, and I'm glad that you're getting to notice that. what,
Um,
what was happening there? What was that tap in your leg?
uh tapping my leg or when I move my hands.
Either or, yeah, what's in your experience right now?
I'm just noticing like how uncentered I can become. And you said trigger, and there's definitely um a personal relationship that I had with a person that um has been a big trigger for that and pulling me into the past and the future. And I was like just trying to, like, I felt like the weight of it almost. And I'm really working with that part of myself, to remind her and ground her, because, but also like, yeah, like by doing it now, I can communicate with her in a way, I guess, like somatically. I don't know if that's actually how it works, but that's just like my thought, I like, of what I'm doing. But I noticed like that is a trigger that can
Yeah,
really get me drained. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Thank you for sharing that. And I wish we have more time here to go right into it, because I noticed that you're at the doorway of your emotions there.
Mm,
Um, and I want to, instead of like, I want to recommend an experiment for your noticing. So for maybe for our next meeting, or this can be for your own, for gaining more clarity about what's happening in your bubble. Um, and the experiment is to write down the noticings that you're having about it, like the clarity that you're having. There is this person in your life that you're getting triggered with, like something is creating a trigger. And yeah, I don't know if it's your like a parent, or if it's your like a friend, or a partner. I don't know. But to
was a partner, like
mm,
he was a past partner, yeah.
okay, yeah, so that's great, because like with our partners, we like really get to see, get to go into like the noticings of like what it is to be in your experience, and you start getting like, because with our partners, like we get to that place of closeness where, for example, we still project our wounds on them. So these are like, our partners are great people to experiment with. And yeah, like the idea is that you invite her into an experiment with you, an experiment of noticing, something like that. And also like have your own experiment, like have your own like the experiment is for you to split your attention, like split like 10% or 15% of your attention, so that is observing yourself, like about your bubble, like where is my bubble and my grounding and my center right now, and while you are with her. So this will be like a high level fun intensity experiment, because you're using your sorceress tools, or your wizard's tool, your witch's tools.
Mm,
So splitting your attention is one of these skills that you can get to practice. And I think in modern culture, like they have like really like stigma about this, like about splitting your attention, because then it's like an uncontrolled, like, oh, that person has split attention, they don't really have their full attention on me or something. But as a wizard, as a human being, like you can get to practice and master this like splitting of attention, so you can send part of your attention to be observing you, part of your attention to be like making sure that you're in your center or something like that. You can like have like these parts of yourself, like to guard certain parts, or to notice certain things.
they're observing.
Yeah, yeah. So you will like split part of your attention and observe yourself, like about your bubble, like to notice what is happening in your bubble while you're still in connection with her, and to notice what's happening, and write it down, like write it down what happened energetically in your bubble, what was happening.
Okay.
And the experiment that you can do with her is coming up right now. And okay, so do you have a notebook where you can write these things down?
Yes.
Okay. So the first experiment is called split your attention to notice your bubble of space, your center, and your grounding, because they all need to be there You cannot be bubble if you're not centered, something like that.
Okay. Split your attention to your bubble of space. You're grounded, your grounding cord and center.
Mhm. So you're gonna use your witches, sorceress skills of splitting your attention and practice that skill, like about 50% of your 15% of your attention to observe that, while the rest of you is in full connection with her, and just notice what's happening and for you and what you are how you are experiencing her.
Okay.
Great. And then, do you have any questions about that one?
So far, so good on that one.
Okay. Okay, and the second experiment, are you ready for it?
Yep.
Okay, the second experiment is to invite her into an experiment and this will be of guiding her through the process that we just did about the first position. Is like sit down in a place, sit down next to each other, where you have like about 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes of where you can just be in that space. In that experiment, it will be for 30 minutes. And invite her that we're gonna do an experiment of grounding or centering, grounding, and bubbling, or you can call it first position. This is something that I've been learning in this wizard training or witches training or magic training, and I really want to have a connection with you where we are centered, grounded, and bubble, and and I love to share this with you, something like that. And then yeah, you sit down and you do the process, however it comes out for you, however it is, and remember to still have that attention, like observing how is it going for you, and to do the as you are guiding her, also do the experiment yourself. So you say take a deep breath, and you also take a deep breath.
Right.
And you also use you find where your energetic center is, and then you bring it down to your physical center, and then you also do those things as you are guiding her. And you're gonna need your anger for this. You're gonna need that anger that you've been practicing. Well, I think you use, yeah, you told me that you were practicing the 333.
Yes.
Yeah, so that anger that you've been harvesting, like you use it. Like there's gonna be like a smirk or something that is gonna be like the gremlin coming in, or like, oh, this is fun or something like that. And use your anger to really like ground your energy, like, "Grr, okay, I'm
Right.
here and I want to do this," and
Right.
yeah, kind of like clear your bubble with your anger, like
Mm.
really clear your bubble with your anger.
I keep getting the smile coming up, but
Yeah,
I feel that. I can feel that.
yeah, cool. Yesterday, yeah, yesterday I was in a space with my gremlin where I didn't have access to my anger, and I started putting it on the table with my partner. Like I said, like my gremlin is up to something. Like I can feel it. Like he's resenting and he's angry, like unconscious anger. And then my partner, she said, "Oh, hello, Jorge's gremlin. How are you doing?" And right away, my smile went like, hmm. And I could not control it. Like I could not. Like it was so uncontrollable. It was scary. Like my grandma just like started like smiling, and like he's like he was right there, and it was like that for hours.
Mm. It
It was
feels scary.
it was really scary, and it was amazing because I could like feel myself. I could feel my being, like, and I could feel my gremlin like in my body, in my experience, and it wasn't until a few hours after, like, hey, I'm not using my anger. I'm really not using my anger. Why did I stop using my anger? and I was in a low drama about my voice. I'm working right now with my voice and doing some processes with my voice, and I was like in self-conscious, like I was like, my voice sounds stupid, I sound dead, I'm dead, I give up my life to a long time ago, and my gremlin was like playing with that, and I was like in that, and at the same time I'm fasting, so it was like this like edge for me. And when my partner acknowledged my gremlin and started talking with my gremlin, she talked to my gremlin for like 30 minutes, and she got a full list of what he likes to eat, what his foods are. So she held space for me for my gremlin, and like in that time, like I was smiling, trying to hook her, and she stayed like in her center, using her anger, staying unhooked, and she was even enjoying it. She was like, "Oh yeah, hello, Jorge's gremlin. What's your name? And what do you like to eat? What do you really like to eat? What is you really? What is your food? What satisfies you?" So, anyways, I'm sharing this because it's part of that process of like bringing awareness about
Yeah.
that
I'm
part.
curious. I'm curious about like the gremlin, what it like it feeds on those thoughts, like you said, like that those trains of thoughts that it can just like derail you. Like so is that's its food almost. Like it wants to okay, and those energy, like it's okay, that's your energy too. So okay. Mm, it's even I get that. Okay.
Yeah, uh, yeah, it has learned to feed on what we call low drama, which is the ordinary world, like ordinary food, like resentment, hatred, revenge, betrayal, thoughts of betrayal, like they betrayed me, being betrayed, or betraying another, or guilt or shame. So this is like the low drama food that the gremlin has been eating, or is used to eating, something like that. And the training of the initiation of the gremlin is about like getting your list of what his favorite foods are. What are these foods that he eats? And choosing you from your adult self to feed him. Like, okay, I'm gonna feed you these things, and feeding them consciously. And it can even be like these betrayal things or hatred things that you choose. Like, okay, I'm gonna feed you this thing. I'm gonna hate on this person. There, uh, and that's gonna be the food for the gremlin, and it's so painful. It's so painful, and then it starts like shifting the food of the gremlin from ordinary to extraordinary, because it's conscious feeding, and then you can like start feeding him like more conscious stuff, like you can tell like my gremlin, like, hey gremlin, tell me what Sierra's gremlin is up to. And then my gremlin like loves that, because he's like, whoa, like, I'm being used for this like purpose. So then he goes and does his job, and then he comes back and he tells me like, oh, her gremlin is up to this or that.
That's cool.
Yeah, so this is like the training, and the initiation process is a transformation process of transforming your relationship with your gremlin, which is another wizard or witch's skill. So that could be another noticing for to be with your partner, is like to start asking those questions, like, what is my gremlin up to, and what is her gremlin up to?
Okay. And then does that for you, does that come in the form of thought? Like it'll
Mm,
tell you? Or does it come with feeling or emotion or how does that come to you?
mm, I'm still I'm still transitioning from it's not I'm still transitioning from like learning my communication with my gremlin, and I really I don't know, that's a great question to be open to receiving the communication from all those parts. Like, is it this emotion that is coming, or is it this thought that is coming, or is it this thing that I heard? um, So I noticed my gremlin has a way that it creates a lot of confusion. So I'm still working on that because he can like erase my memory like that, like blanks it out, and then I'm like in the blank, and like I gotta use my anger to say like, hey, like what are you up to? Like that's not serving me. Like what are you hiding from? Like you don't hide from me. Like let's work together. So I'm still working on that part with him. So it's a great question for your experiment and your research.
Interesting. Yeah, being direct with him is what I got with that, is that you had to be very direct with him. And I like that the way you show yourself grounding, like that deep like connection. And the way like it feels like your anger like it clears it like fire, like it's just like you're like, no, I'm back. I'm here. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, and yesterday it was like I couldn't do that because I had sadness mixed with my anger. My sadness was there, so I was feeling sad, and my anger was there, but I was feeling anger that I was sad or angry that I couldn't do anything better, that I couldn't do anything differently. So it was like my anger was really that thing that cleared. Yeah, my anger was really that thing that that cleared my space. It's like, I'm not using my anger. I'm mixing it up, and it's a choice. Uh, it's a choice when I notice it. When I notice it, then I can choose like, why am I choose? Why am I feeling the sadness and the anger together? Then my anger chose like I want to feel my anger and have my clarity because I need it right now to create. Because I'm being like a child. I was being like a child yesterday. Anyways.
So I love the other thing to bring in like it's like cyclical magic, like the way of cycles, and that's been a um huge
Can you
part of
say more
this.
about that? I'm sorry, I interrupted you. But can you say more about what is cyclical magic?
It, just the way being able to go with like the creation and death process, and like the way you shared about like your sadness and anger being mixed, and then like needing to declare you want clarity. I, and you were stepping into clarity. I didn't necessarily know how to do that. I would spend a lot of time in confusion. And like last year, around the same time, I made a lot of decisions as I was stepping into my Earth Warrior that I was just like, my anger created the clarity. Like it was like step forward, move forward. Like it was just like clearing the path. Yeah, for me, the teacher thing like shows me like bushwhacking almost, like you're like going through all of this dense brush, and there's like this things in the path that the person in the lead is like clearing out, and that's kind of like the anger, I suppose. So um that's just my analogy, I guess, for the anger. I liked your bird one that you shared with that, but
Yes, the
yeah,
triangle.
yeah. Interesting. Yeah, so the cycle is just it's been big noticing, and like it's I think it helps like where are you going? What are you doing now? But like finding direction, and like also like what have you created within this cycle? What has died within this cycle? And it could be like a day has a cycle, or even this phone call, like we went from through like some kind of cycle process, right? And like over the month or a year or a lifetime. And then it shows me like parallel circles almost that are like yeah, they just are like teaching on each other, like there's layer. And then when I can like take those teachings and parallel them to like this cycle now, it's just like, okay, that helps me learn be more grounded, helps me ground that energy, I suppose.
Yeah, amazing.
Mm.
Oh, there is a few resources that I want to share with you, and I'm just gonna touch in with them quickly because I know that you have limited time. I want to ask you, are you in Saskatchewan?
Yes.
Really? Do you know a place called Yorkton or
Yeah.
Yorktown?
Yeah. Do you have friends here?
I just have a friend that moved there. He's an old wizard. He's probably, I don't know if he's too old, but like 60 years old or something like that. But anyways, I don't know why I say his age. Well, he's a really good friend. He's an air guardian. He has a team called Planetary Guardians, and he's been working on conscious communications for the last 30 years of his life. And he has like over 800 videos online on YouTube. And anyways, the reason I'm mentioning him is because I've been collaborating with him for the last 3 years. And I did some training with him online and also in person. We worked in person too. And he has these amazing maps. He has really amazing maps that kind of like they're for communication and for also like creating like these maps inside for like inner navigating and navigating outwards as a team. And one of his maps is the time cycle map, which is amazing. It's like exactly what you were talking about, and it's in a map, and it starts from the timelessness. This is at the center, so it's like concentric circles, and it begins. It has nine layers, and the one in the center is the timelessness, where it's just like timelessness. Like we have here like 30-40 minutes, and it's felt like a long time. Like we've shared so much. And then there is a present time, which is a here and now, a small here and now, just like the constant change. Then there is the second cycle, every second. It's like the second cycle. Then there is a minute cycle, which is every minute. Then there is a hourly cycle. Then the daily cycle, and the weekly cycle. Then this is how I do it. The moon cycle, which is the cycles of the moon, the monthly cycle. And then the seasonal cycle, which is the different seasons, and then the yearly cycle. And then after that one is the lifetime cycle, which is the cycle of your whole lifetime from when you were born until you're dead. And that's the map, and it's nine layers. And he just told me, sent me a message yesterday, a few days ago, that he's in Saskatchewan. He just got an office there, and that we're gonna have a call in these days. But I'd love to connect you with him,
Yeah.
and it will be a great practice for you to for your centering, grounding, and bubble and being around him. Like, yeah,
Oh, thank you. I'm glad that I shared that.
yeah.
That's
And there is another resource too about time, because we have in modern culture we have this idea that time is from from the past to the future, and we're somewhere in the middle, something like that. So there's like this linear scene of time that is like time is just passing. Like the past is in the past and the future is ahead, something like that. And with what you're sharing about the cyclical magic is this like cycle that time is more like a cycle. Time is more like a circle,
mm-hmm.
and it really like opens up the like possibilities from like these linear possibilities from A to B. Like, oh yeah, how do you get to McDonald's? Oh yeah, you walk from here to there, and then you get there. But there is really so many ways to get to from A to B,
Yeah.
and this cyclical magic like is like an opening for that.
Like, is there a proper way for us to close our energy bubbles for like this time?
I say like I like to close cleanly and also like where we're at. Like it like this is I don't know. This is my way, my opinion, I guess. This is my opinion of like the closing where we're at with gratitude and, and kind of like until next time, something like that.
Mm.
And to close the space, yeah, there is like this. I guess like we do in the dojo, we go like that. Space is closed, and
Okay. They're closing the space. Cool. Okay. We in the dojo we go, but this is like a karate. We touch down with our palms, and
yeah,
then you. It feels very good.
cool. Like with your own palms, like that.
Yeah, and then you come with your fists to the
Yeah,
ground, and then you kind of like bow.
right. Cool. Well, we're closing off this space now. Thank you, Sierra, for coming here. Is there anything else before we close the space?
Um, Not that I'm feeling like I think there was a lot of good gems, and I'm glad we met regardless of.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm glad we came together. Yeah.
cool. And I'll be posting the recording and I'll share the link with you so that you have this access to this information and you can watch it again. That's useful. And you can also share it, uh, yeah, with anyone.
Thank you. I also your videos this morning, like right before our call. It's like, wow, I didn't realize you had so many videos. And I look forward to being able to watch more of them. I
Cool.
stepped onto the 5 principles of music, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited.
Cool. Yeah, thank you for sharing.
Thanks.
Alrighty.
Okay. Thank you.
Alrighty. Thank you, Sierra. And have a great day.
Thank you. You
See
too.
you. Thank
See
you
you.
for sharing. Bye.
Bye.